Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? This time around, it's the 2005 Keanu Reeves movie Constantine, based, of course, on the DC Comics book. But before I get started here, take care of a little bit of business and then we'll get down to it. So if you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you're going to see a video pop up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. Also, if you want to know when I'm be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com to take a look at the schedule that I put up there. I changed it out today. And it also has links to all of my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. No tiers sit up on the Patreon, but there will once I hit 1,000 subs, because that's my goal there. There's also links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves for those of you who still have Facebook. So I know it's a 15-year-old movie, but I'm going to do a non-spoiler version first in case someone out there hasn't seen it. So right now the movie is actually on HBO Max because, HBO Max is supposed to be home to all the DC movies, DC comic book movies or DC comic book related movies. I think Steel is even on there too. I haven't really looked for it because fuck, no one wants to watch Steel. And again, like I said, 2005, it has a plethora of stars in it. I mean, we have uh Keanu Reeves, of course, is starring in it. Rachel Weisz is in it. Tilda Swinton is in it. Peter Stormare is in it. Uh Shia LaBeouf is in it. This is like one of his first movies where he's trying to break out of the kid's role and become an adult. And yeah, he's pretty much the most horrible thing in it. Also, Digimon Hanshu, I always fuck up his name. He's in it as well. There's a lot of really good actors in this movie. So, um, it's basically a lot of people malign this movie because there are comic book purists out there who go, okay, well, this isn't the Constantine from the comics. Well, one, he's American, not British. Two, you know, it takes place in LA, not in London. And three, it's just not Constantine, is what they're saying. It's not Hellblazer. Um, yes, I understand that. If you can get past that, if you're not a comic book purist, uh, and you can get past that and just watch it for the movie as it is, it's not a bad movie, quite honestly. It's a horror movie. In a way, it deals with the supernatural, with magic. You have Lucifer, you have, gods involved as well. The Spear of Destiny is involved, demon possession, and all kinds of hijinks involved there too. And basically, it's all about hell on earth, is what this is all supposed to be about. Um, so if that sounds like a good idea to you, a good plan, and actually the CGI still holds up. It still holds up over time. And Peter Stormare as Lucifer, perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect casting. So the guy who directed this is his name, and if I can get back over to it here, is Francis Lawrence. So Francis Lawrence, he went on, of course, to direct um, all the last. Basically, he directed all the Hunger Game movies except for the first one. That was Paul Greenglass. That's why it was all looking at people's noses and shaky cam and all kinds of shit like that. But this guy directed all the last of the Hunger Game movies. He also directed, some other stuff that wasn't too bad either. He had some hit and misses, shall we say. So I'm going over to his profile here. He did I Am Legend, which of course, shitty movie. But that's just because of how they changed things over. He also did Red Sparrow, which wasn't a bad movie for being a Black Widow ripoff. Uh, Water for Elephants he did as well. So stuff like that. And so he's a capable director. He's just not the best director. but this one he was capable in. So is it worth your time? Yeah, it's worth your time. It's if you can divorce yourself from the comic Constantine to the movie Constantine, they are two different entities. And yes, this is not Matt Ryan. If you've seen Matt Ryan on the CW series, then you know that he's actually playing a version of Constantine as well. He's not even really the comic Constantine, but he's close enough. On his NBC series, the very short one season NBC series, that was Constantine. But yeah, it's that's where we're at. And Rachel Weisz does a great job in this. Pretty much everyone does a great job in this except for Shia LaBeouf, because Shia LaBeouf is Shia LaBeouf and overplays shit. Again, like I said, this is his first adult role where he's trying to break out of the kids mold because he's only been in kids movies up until this point, and it really shows. He really sucks in it. And also, the character that he plays is supposed to be an older character anyway. It's supposed to be the same age as Constantine because they are actually friends, lifelong friends, and stuff like that. So that's the reason why. Yeah, everyone tried blocking it out. Penn, he's a horrible actor in all of this. So yeah, so there you go. That is my non-spoiler review of this. Is it worth your time? Yes, it is worth your time. Now, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil it. If you haven't seen it, you had 15 years to watch it. It's out there. So go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. So I actually own it on DVD. I bought it on DVD back when Blockbuster was closing down in San Francisco, and I think I got it for $5. And I was like, all right, sure, I'll buy it. And I watched it. I was like, this actually isn't a fucking bad movie, especially with Peter Stormare as the devil. I mean, he does a great job as the devil. Tilda Swinton as Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, great job as well. Digimon Hanshu as Papa Midnight, fucking perfect casting. I mean, perfect casting. And the way he does shit, I mean, the way he runs his club, the way he acts, the way he does the spell casting and stuff like that is fucking phenomenal. He does a great job. Like I said, Peter Stormare is the only one that sucks. And I mean, not Peter Stormare. Shia LaBeouf is the one that sucks out of all of this. Shia LaBeouf is the one that really, really sucks. And his character shouldn't have even been. They shouldn't have de-aged his character. Yeah. Tilda was awesome in it. She's awesome in this. And Rachel Weisz as well is just phenomenal in this too. She plays twins, as a matter of fact. And they have supernatural abilities, basically psychic. And so the whole plot line of this is that Mammon, who is Lucifer's son, of course, is trying to break through and create hell on earth and basically take over earth from his father before his father can do this, Lucifer. And he's got divine help that's going on too, along with the Spear of Destiny, and he needs a psychic. So there's all kinds of stuff in play. And during all of this, Constantine, who has terminal lung cancer and is bound for hell anyway because he tried to commit suicide, is trying to help Isabel, which is Rachel Weisz's character, find out why her twin sister committed suicide, who was a devout Catholic. And Isabel's like, she would have never done this. There's no way in hell, no pun intended, that she would have done this. And so trying to find out, he unravels a larger mystery. And finding out that Mammon and Gabriel are working together to unleash hell on earth is a great storyline. It actually kind of gets lost in there too, because there's so much kind of going on that you kind of forget what the main story is. And the final scene where basically Constantine has been cast out of the room as Gabriel is about to cut Mammon out of Isabel with the Spear of Destiny. And Constantine can't get in. He's like, fuck it. I don't know what to do. So he's like, fuck it. And he slits his wrists. committing suicide essentially again, which of course brings Lucifer into the fray, and Lucifer comes to collect his soul personally. And that's when he tells him what Mamon's doing in the next room, what his plans are, and how he's basically going behind his father's back. So, of course, Lucifer confronts Mammon and Gabriel, and we find out that God, of course, has forsaken Gabriel now at this point. Lucifer basically burns the wings off of Gabriel, making Gabriel mortal now at this point, and casting Mammon back into the pits of hell. So he says to Constantine, you know what? You get one, basically get one wish because you helped me out. And he says, okay, you have a soul in hell that's Isabel's sister who shouldn't be there. Let her go to heaven. Basically, he sacrifices himself because he knows he's dead. He's going to hell anyway. So he's like, yeah, let her go to heaven. And he says, done. And he does it. And because he sacrificed, he made it that ultimate sacrifice, he ends up not being damned anymore and can go to heaven himself. And as Lucifer is trying to drag him away to hell, he's dug in. Basically, his body keeps getting heavier and heavier and dragging into the tiles, all this stuff. And we see him getting lifted up and he's going to heaven. As he's going to heaven, Constantine, he flips off the devil as he's going out, which I thought it's an awesome scene. It's like one of the best scenes in a movie. And the devil's like, fuck you, no, this is not happening. So what he does is he grabs Constantine, reaches into his chest, pulls out the cancerous tumors, which look like tar, in his hands, and says, I'm giving you life again, motherfucker, because I know you're going to fuck up and I know you're going to damn yourself again, and I'm going to have your soul anyway. And that's how it ends, pretty much, with the best thing about this also, too, is that Shia LaBeouf dies. His character dies. He becomes an angel, though, unfortunately. So they were setting this up to be a whole franchise there. And if you go to the end credits, basically, you'll see that the Spear of Destiny goes to Isabel for her to hold on to. We also see Constantine at Chaz's grave, and Chaz being an angel at this point. Basically, he becomes Constantine's guardian angel now at that point. And that's where we kind of left off. Now, Keanu Reeves has always said he wanted to return back to this character. He's said it as of recently, as a matter of fact, about 2 months ago, and that he would love to return to this character. And I'm pretty sure you can get a good majority of the characters back. We can leave Shia LaBeouf out of it. We don't need him. He's fucking batshit crazy. We can leave him out of that. But I'm sure we can get a good majority of the people that played their parts in this fairly well to come back and do a sequel to this movie. And yes, I understand he is not the British version of Constantine, but he could be an Elseworld Constantine. He could be the American version of Constantine, and we can do it that way. There's room enough in both worlds, in the world for both of these Constantines. And yes, I do like it. It is a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say. It's well made. It goes along at a good pace and it has a good story. And it's a concise story. It's got some good special effects. The demons are actually fucking scary. Having their heads cut off from just above the nose here and having that top half of their head gone. And they're naked, kind of emaciated. You see them in the thumbnail actually that I've got up there. And it's pretty fucking interesting. They do a good job of this. And like I said, Peter Stormare as Lucifer is the icing on the cake. He really is. The whole thing with him lighting Constantine's cigarette, because Constantine has cut his wrists. So, of course, his tendons don't work in order to light the lighter. So he asks Lucifer for a light. And so Lucifer lights the lighter and he holds it up to to get him to light the cigarette and then pulls it away. Then goes, he brings it again, pulls it away. And it's like, it's a dick move. But at the same time, you realize that Lucifer is going to fuck with him for all eternity. Yeah. And that's the little things in this that actually work. So, yeah, it is worth your time. It is give it a chance. I mean, it's on HBO Max. You can watch it there. If you've got Amazon, I'm pretty sure you can watch it on Amazon Prime. It's been out for 15 years now. You should be able to find it someplace, somewhere. Um, and definitely, like I said, it's got a good Halloween vibe, value too. So, yeah. Hey, Pablo Cruiser and Words 789. Hey, Words 789. I haven't seen you in a while. You've been you've been gone for a little while. So, uh yeah, it is an all right movie. I agree with you. It's not a bad movie. Yeah. You never knew it was a DC based off a DC comic. Yeah, they kind of buried the lead on that one. But when I remember when it first came out, DC fanboys were in a fucking riot about it. So yeah. Um you need to do an expanse. Is it worth my time? Word 789, I've actually gone through and done the expanse almost episode by episode. So if you go back and take a look at my playlist, I have a whole thing on the expanse. So, I only did it I take that back for season 4. Did I do season 3? I might have done season 3 as well. I can't remember. I'm getting old. That's what happens. Yeah. I did seasons 1 and 2 on another channel that I was on, and I'm not rehashing it, unfortunately. So, yeah. But yes, I have done The Expanse, and I am doing The Expanse season 5 when it drops in December as well. And I'm gonna go episode by episode. I know people don't like that, but tough. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I've got I'm pretty sure I'm over 500 videos now. I might be close to it anyway. So it's coming up on the 2-year anniversary in December. So quite a few videos that are out there right now. Yeah. Yes, I am going to do episode by episode pen. I'm uh, honestly, I think that's what Amazon's going to do anyway. Yeah, someone actually said Belinda actually said, who is our resident, expanse expert, is they're going to drop the first 3 episodes and then they're going to go episode one episode a week is what they're going to do after that. So it's going to make it a lot easier for me. I'll spread those 3 episodes over the first weekend and then of course do episode by episode then. Yeah. Word 79, I wear if it's a wheel. I don't understand. Sorry. Oh, weekly release. Okay. Yes, it is gonna be weekly release. So the first 3 episodes are dropping and on the 16th, if I remember correctly, and then every week thereafter, there's gonna be 1 episode, kind of like they did with The Boys. And the reason why, because The Boys beat the shit out of Netflix by doing it that way in viewership. They kept gaining more and more people to watch every week, and it works. I'm sorry to say. So that's what they're doing with The Expanse. And I wholeheartedly agree with it. It's a great way of doing it, especially when you have something that kind of needs to be savored, thought out, and not just binge watched and just dropped all at once like that. Yeah. Is this the past? It might be. Or it could be the future. Because the future is in the past. Or is the past in the future? Or it could just all be past tense. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you're on a season 4 binge watch. I see. Mhm. Yeah, well, I did season 4, so it's all up there. I know that for sure. Yeah. All right. What else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow I'm off. Thursday is another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do as of yet. I'll think of something. It'll be an old series or an old movie, or it might be a new movie. I don't know. I'll think of something tomorrow and pop it up there for sure. But Friday will be the contest results of the boys. So if you take a look at the last boys video that I did, the contest is there. It's for a T-shirt, for a boys T-shirt. Um, what else do I have? And it's only open to the continental United States residents, by the way. So um, Saturday's gonna be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Sunday is going to be the season finale of Lovecraft Country. I know I'm disappointed that it's the season finale already, but hey, we're getting there. Monday I'll be off again, of course, and we'll roll back around again to another episode of Is It Worth My Time? So, anyone watching Bly Manor? I'm not. Sorry, Keith. I haven't. Yeah. I really didn't like the first one, to tell you the truth. It just kind of didn't do anything for me, and so didn't. I haven't watched the second one. Yeah. um, so I do have a schedule. If you take a look on suspendedfanimation.com, under the schedule, I have future stuff that's coming out. So I have the schedule, and I mean, I went through and I just put a whole bunch of shit up today, as a matter of fact. And there's a lot of stuff coming out, actually. I didn't know there was a Lego Star Wars holiday special that was coming out on Disney Plus. I'm definitely going to be covering that because fuck, why not? You know, I'm most likely going to do a Is It Worth My Time Supernatural, series finale, because they're going to do a series finale as well in November, is when that is. So that'll be a little bit of fun as well. I used to watch Supernatural. I think I bowed out in season 9, I want to say, something like that, and I just couldn't do it anymore. But I'll dip back in for the final. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff coming out. And I didn't even put a good majority of it on there just because there was a lot of crap in there too. I didn't even know Disney Plus right now is doing they redid The Right Stuff as a series. The Right Stuff being the original Mercury 7 astronauts, and uh you know, Gus Grissom and Shepard and Glenn and all those guys, and they redid it as a series. So they've been releasing episode by episode every week, and they released one last week. So that's the next thing I'm watching tonight, as a matter of fact, because I've been looking for something, you know, chill to kind of relax to. Have you done a Worth My Time, Lucifer? No, sorry, Word 789. I don't watch it. I don't like police procedurals, and I really don't like uh kind of what they did with Lucifer. So yeah, it's not really my thing. And I know they're on season like 6 or 7. I don't know what they're on right now. I know it's the final season that they're doing right now. But no, I haven't watched any of it beyond the first like 2 episodes, and I was like, nope, done. Sorry. You really don't want me to watch something that I don't like and review it, because then it just gets bad. Go and take a look what I did with the Orville, which is also my playlist. Yeah, I got some hate mail on that one. Also, The Passage is a good one to watch as well that I did here. And I'm trying to think what else that I did that was fairly bad. Oh, His Dark Materials is where I did the entire season, but I was just ripping on that quite often. Yeah. What do you mean? Odyssey 5 was actually pretty good. I liked Odyssey 5. Well, I didn't finish it, quite honestly, because my subscription to Showtime ran out at the time. But the first season I liked of Odyssey 5. I just didn't like they left it in a cliffhanger like they did. You might be. Yeah. What was the Orville again? That was Seth MacFarlane's version of Star Trek Next Generation with Seth MacFarlane in it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. because I got my grapefruit radler here that I'm drinking, and I'm gonna go watch me some Right Stuff. Is what I'm gonna do. Is go and watch some Mercury astronauts from the 1960s. There we go. Never mind. It was that trashy Star Trek spoof. Yes, exactly. That's the one I was talking about. The awful show. Oh, that one. Avenue 5. That's what it was. It had the number 5 in it, so you were right, Penn. Yeah, Avenue 5. If you really want to watch me rip on something, watch Avenue 5 in my playlist. That one I go to town on that one too. Orville I went to town on as well, but yeah, Avenue 5 was a special kind of hell. That one was just fucking awful. Yeah. That was just I forgot about it too, Penn. I blocked it out until you brought back all the the floodgates have opened up in my brain. Now I can't get rid of them. But luckily I've got some more alcohol inside the fridge, and I'm sure I can take care of it by tonight. Thanks everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. I will see you guys again on Thursday when I figure out what I'm going to do for Is It Worth My Time. But if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down below there. And before you leave, hit that like button, hit the like button and the share button down there too while you're down there. If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedanimation.com, take a look at the schedule that's up there, and all the links to my social media as well. Thank you, everybody. I will let you guys go for the night. So until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may have to find a way of battling through some possessed people in order to get the Spear of Destiny to stop Mammon from ripping through the client's belly that you just took on her case because you're a paranormal investigator. And shit just happens from there. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you again on Thursday. Take care, be well, stay safe, and have a good night. Thanks, everyone. Good night.